Bickley and Marotta Mornings. Arizona Sports. The local sports leader. Bickley Blast.
The Suns are like a spaghetti western. They're built on the premise of a few dollars more. They've been good, bad, and ugly, and you never know when carnage might follow them from city to city. But I have rarely seen a basketball team trolled like the Suns were trolled last night in L.A., where the Clippers rested all of their four major stars and did the same with their starting center and a key reserve. And on cue, that ragtag version of the Clippers actually led by 5 points with 8 minutes left in the game. And in the end, the Suns won, but the game had more question marks than exclamation points. Clearly, something is amiss with our basketball team. Their vibe and their body language, hardly the breakfast of champions. And maybe that's what Devin Booker meant by chilling, that this team has the personality and the heart of an icebox. To his credit, Book was engaged last night, and for all the hanger around this team, that stunning confluence of hate and anger, this basketball team still has a path out of the play-in, maybe even into a desirable first-round matchup against the Timberwolves, and that's what I want. I want to see this team in a real series, because a playoff series will force this team to reconcile its issues or get embarrassed on a major platform, and a playoff series might finally give this team something its coaching staff apparently cannot, namely accountability. All right, today's Bickley Blast brought to you by my great friends at Chapman BMW, who make luxury attainable. Find them online at chapmanbmw.com. There you go. Spaghetti westerns. For those who don't know, it's a genre of westerns that was shot primarily in Italy. Mm-hmm. They were very gory.
What do you think about Western spaghetti?
Generally included Clint Eastwood.
Yes, this is true.
Yeah.
Sometimes had Italian actors dubbed in English.
Yes, they did.
I don't know if there is a genre of movie I've seen less than westerns.
Really?
Yeah.
Even newer ones like Tombstone or...
Yeah. I don't know why.
They don't really make them much anymore.
They don't. But when they do, they're usually pretty good. In Ennio Morricone. Morricone!
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
The good, the bad, and the ugly. Last night, I certainly had that feeling, too, that it was, for the Clippers, again, to be in a situation where they're in fourth, trying to hold off the hard-charging Dallas Mavericks for fifth. They're likely going to meet each other. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't you want home court advantage?
Of course
there?
you would.
So
of course you would.
Basically, unless they were confident that, hey, the Suns can't handle this,
I don't
our guys
think
are going to play free with nothing to lose, and we're going to win this game. It was a troll job.
It was a troll job.
I agree with you.
There's no doubt. And to their credit, at least they put them away in the fourth quarter. And as I said before, there's some things that may line up well for this basketball team. Back-to-backs that are going to have to be played by both the Kings and the Pelicans might open up a path out of this play-in tournament for the Suns if they win their last two games. And we all know they have the talent to do so. And then if they happen to beat the Timberwolves on Sunday, things might fall where the Timberwolves drop to 3, you're sitting at 6, and now you've got a first-round matchup against a team that you can handle. Yeah. Now, granted, the T-Wolves are getting Karl Anthony Towns back, but still, even with him.
And granted, they have been good this entire year, the Timberwolves. Mm-hmm. They never had that fall.
Mm-hmm.
But the Suns have also looked very sturdy against the Timberwolves twice. Once in the beginning of the season, once very recently.
Yes, they look very comfortable playing them.
Yeah, and two different styles of game, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
The first time they cooked Minnesota's defense. The second game was a very Minnesota-style game because their defense is really good, and the Suns just decided, all right, we'll beat you in that style too.
Yeah.
Two of the more impressive wins of the year.
Yeah.
How about this thought? What would the NBA be doing right now if not for the creation of the play-in?
Ooh.
If this was 4 or 5 years ago before the play-in, they would be staring down the possibility of the Lakers and Warriors both missing the playoffs completely.
Wow. Yeah, they wouldn't be liking this. And the play-in, though, if when they drew this thing up, I know that a lot of people, because I was one of them, thought, this playoff system is perfect. Why are you messing with this? Why are you cheapening all of this just to keep a couple more teams involved? Well, you see why now. The last few weeks, It's been a great episode in scoreboard watching. So they have succeeded in keeping teams engaged.
But you also suggested something that could be in play here, and I mentioned this earlier in the show. The Lakers and Warriors both have play-in experience with their championship experience and with all of their talent on their rosters. The Suns don't, but has the play-in maybe created this unspoken, we're just going to play possum during the regular season? We know that there's teams that just don't prioritize winning in the regular season as much as others. Some of them have gone on to playoff success. Others have not. It's usually teams that have been to the mountaintop or close to the mountaintop, see the error of their ways, and adjust accordingly. I don't know if that applies to the Lakers, the Warriors, or the Suns this year, but the possibility is there.
Well, we've heard over and over and over and over and over again Durant and especially Booker say that what matters is the playoffs. We're all just getting ready for the playoffs. I've been here before. We've been great in the regular season, but what matters is the playoffs.
Yes. And again, you got to ask yourself, are those rationalizations? Is that the way to kind of talk yourself out of the harsh reality of what the season has been, not just for the basketball team, but for this audience as well? It's certainly not ideal.
It feels like it.
Well, and again, it's all these expectations, man. They're at the root of everything.
The first half of the season was all, okay, don't worry now, just wait till we're healthy. Well, they've been pretty much healthy now for a long stretch, so it shifted to don't worry now, just wait till the playoffs.
You're certainly right.
Listen, and as Vinny and I said, if you have a team that is broken, meaning a team where there's a divide on the inside, guys that don't like each other, guys that don't like whatever it is, teams like that look to get out of the play. Teams like that don't want the extra work. Teams like that don't want to be subjected to a playoff series where they might look really, really bad, where they're forced to care more than they actually do. Now I'm not saying this is specific to the Suns. I'm talking theoretically. I've seen this before. And so the play-in tournament, if the Suns had that energy they had from a couple of nights ago, it would be an easy, 1, 2, 3 Cabo kind of deal. Let's get up and out of here. That's why I think if they're being honest and they really want out of the play-in and into the playoffs, they're going to have to reconcile whatever it is that's troubling them. They're going to have to.
I agree, but I'm also wondering how much of that subconscious clean slate mentality there is going on with this team too.
Man, wouldn't that be something?
They have to acknowledge that this has not gone according to plan.
No.
Even though, they've got 47 wins, 2 more than they had all of last year, this has not gone according to plan. Are they looking to the end of the regular season as just that, hey, we're all on even ground now. What happened from October to mid-April doesn't matter. Now we can kind of be free. I think there is a level of rationalization in all of those theories because this has been a frustration for a lot of people. Now, it could change, and this weekend could change. We could hit the airwaves on Monday morning and be talking about the Suns getting having some time off before their first round playoff series against the 3 seed. And that's not only possible; it might be probable with what's ahead of some other teams.
That's a great point.
In that real estate.
Yeah,
so.
that's a really good point.
Yep, Suns off until tomorrow night. They're in Sacramento to take on the Kings. They'll close things out on Sunday in Minnesota against the Timberwolves.
Thanks for watching Bickley and Marotta. Click to see the latest Bickley Blast and hit the button in the middle to subscribe to Arizona Sports.